Second and 15. MERCADO airing it deep downfield. Hits his man in stride. A touchdown.
Unbelievable, wild finish. We're going to show you all of it. That Hoboken-Shabazz game, a rematch of last year's championship game. While that was exciting, the weekend kind of got off on a very, very sad note, where one of the longtime coaches in New Jersey high school football is no longer with us at the very young age of 57.
Yeah, Park Ridge's Garamioli, and whether you were at West Point like we were, or any high school football game in North Jersey, there was a moment of silence for Coach Mioli, honoring his distinguished 25-year career at Park Ridge as both a guidance counselor and a coach.
They didn't play the game Friday night. They moved the game to Saturday. And the nice thing is, we don't want to root, but Park Ridge needed to win that football game. They won that game, and the coach would want football to go on. If you're around it as long as he had, you know, he's going to want it to go on. So we will we'll say some things at the end of the show about Coach as well, but we'll start with, well, this one surprised me, buddy. I knew Coach Nielsen had a very good Pascack Valley team. You know, the defending North 1 Group 4 champs came into this season on an 8-game win streak, taking on the 2-time defending North 1 Group 5 champs in Montclair, who had the state's longest winning streak at 24 games. And for Montclair, things started out great. And then Pascack Valley showed the most unbelievable balance between throwing it and running it, and toughness, recipe. They don't think it was an upset, but it shocked a lot of people how easily they beat Montclair.
Mike, you and I take a lot of grief that we talk too much parochial football. This was a public power day with these two programs, and it was a showcase for public power. It was a barometer for public power. And in the end, you might have been a little surprised, but this was a great day for the Indians.
I want to, before we get to the highlights, just read you a quote. I love it. Georgie Cortez. He's their leading rusher from a year ago, ran for almost 200 yards in this game. His quote, "Our motto is, if you come to the Valley, you get beat up." And that's what we did tonight. Georgie?
Just for football games, though.
Yeah, right. You know, that was it. Electrifying night. Let's put it this way. They have DePaul this weekend. They have the Spartans. You know, they played DePaul. They just couldn't score that much last year. It's going to be a fun game. You want to do the highlight?
It was one of those wow results you get if you pick up your Sunday paper. You know what I mean? Just when you see the results, wow.
And it was almost like wow for Pascack Valley in the beginning, like, oh no, here goes Elijah Robinson, the Boston College commit, throwing to Elijah Robinson. No relation, just that both cats are really good. The kick failed. It was 7-0 Mounties, just like that. Early second quarter, Montclair inside the red zone. Check out Rocco Swadek. Oh, number 21. He's a player, isn't he?
Oh, I mean, this is the guy that gives them the toughness, the swagger, and the confidence to play in a game like this.
Colin Diedrich, as a sophomore, was really good. As a junior, he's even better. Look at the catch by Jackie Madden, and that sets up Diedrich. What a call by the PV staff. The throwback to Greg Collier, wide open. They're up 7-6.
One thing you could tell about PV in watching this game, Mike, they were very prepared to execute.
Is there stickum on Collier's hands? Wow, number 11, what a great catch, and that would help set up this. Joe Williams, another good job by Dietrich, just kind of navigating. 14-21, $181, and 3 scores, 15-6 after the 2-point conversion.
He had time to navigate the field. They could throw it, and when they had to slam it in between the tackles, they did.
Rocco, 13 carries, 32 yards, and 2 touchdowns. How about Williams? 2 catches, both for touchdowns. That made it 29-6. They go on to win it 29-14. Emphatic ending to the 24-game win streak for Montclair.
I'm sure the people of Pascack Valley could see this coming, Mike, because last year, when they came into the 2013 season, they had just graduated 30 seniors. So you're thinking a little bit of a rebuild going on there. At one point, they were 2-2. They lost to Old Japan and DePaul. They rip off 8 in a row, win that state championship. It's a lot of the same guys now are back.
It's scary. It's scary. Did you hear Georgie's postgame? Did you listen to it, or is this the first time you're going to hear it?
I have not heard it.
Okay, listen, when you listen to this guy, just look at the intensity. This is the type of guy you want. Nielsen must love the fact that he is on this football team. 31 carries, 196 yards, and some bravado.
This is nothing better, man. They've been 35-1 the last 3 years. We've been 30-5, I think it is. They came out. They have their amazing quarterback, hard-hitting running back. We knew we were coming.
All the hard work that we put into the summer, the 2 days and everything, and just getting it going, and it shows. All the hard work showed tonight, really.
You guys are a running team. You guys did that in the second half, but in the first half, you guys opened it up a bit. I mean, you looked like Joe Montana out there. What would that feel like?
We knew that we were gonna have to pound it, and then coming in all week, we realized when they play the way they play their defense over the middle, it's gonna be wide open, and we took advantage of that. Really hit them hard there.
We have a term here. We call it Valley Tough. We've got a reputation, I believe, for being pretty physical, and we take pride in that. And I think it shows. I think it showed today.
You guys are on your own winning streak, but you guys, I mean, that program over there has been at the top for a while. For you guys to be able to beat them so, the way you guys did, it's just got to be special.
I was a little surprised at that, man. I honestly thought they could blow us up. For us to win, it would have to be a tight game. I didn't think that type of game would happen. I'm happy it did, don't get me wrong, but I didn't expect that.
It doesn't let up now. You guys got to Paul next week.
I know. I didn't make it easy on them, that's for sure. But hey, you know what? We want to challenge 7 of our 9 games are playoff teams anyway. So our goal is to play the best we can.
Sounds like a coach, doesn't he?
And who brought up Joe Montana in the postgame? Who was doing that postgame?
That's Malone.
That was John Malone?
I heard Malone was upset with me because we showed that picture a week ago.
Oh, was he?
That's what I'm hearing.
Listen, he said Joe Montana, and you kind of chuckle at that. But the one thing that Joe Montana always did, he threw a very catchable ball.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And when you look at Diedrich and you look at some of those passes, he's given his wide receivers great opportunities to catch the ball.
I just love, they didn't win that game Friday night. They won that game during the week because their play calling was just such confidence, and the kids weren't thinking. They were just playing. And, when you get a win like that, people start to talk about your program. If I'm not mistaken, I think Coach Nielsen has a chance to be the Giants Coach of the Week.
You think that could be a mistake?
No, I think it's going to be a done deal.
This is what you're hearing?
I'm almost positive.
Word around town?
That he's the one.
Word on the street?
Got it. I think it's going to be the big coaches.
Your people are telling you that?
My people are telling me that.
You're hearing things?
That he's going to, yeah,
I'm hearing
Coach
things.
of the Week.
I heard some things.
I did.
Maybe you haven't heard.
So Montclair came into the game tied with the state.
By the way, Pascagoula Valley, they won. They shocked maybe North Jersey a little bit, beating Montclair. If they knock off DePaul, that should lead. They might shock the world.
Wow.
But listen,
it's a great win.
They're in it.
It's a great win. So Montclair had the longest winning streak coming into the game, tied with Summit. Now Summit stands alone. Pop this up. So they beat North Plainfield 26-0. That's 25 in a row now. How about Chris Zanelli? 230 yards and 2 touchdowns. So it was
That's
kind
10
of
yards a carry. I'm very good at math.
That's good, man.
23 for 230.
Very good. So it's like a theme week. You had one long winning streak come to an end. One long winning streak continue.
24? Montclair?
24.
That's a lot of wins in a row, man. Hey, listen, to acknowledge the defeat, you got to acknowledge that streak. That is an epic batch of high school football games to win in a row.
And as great as winning streaks are, you know how I feel. I love when a team that has lost and lost and lost, and somehow those coaches and those kids stay together. Congratulations to Manchester High School. They beat Woodridge. They ended the state's current longest losing streak at 33 consecutive games. The last time they won a football game was, I think, in 2010. They beat Lyndhurst 28-19 that day. The coach, Randy Rocca, he's a graduate, of Manchester High School. 1984. They got this. The last time they were in the playoffs was in 2003. So they were close at times. They had a couple of 1-point defeats, which was hard to take. But they went on to win this game pretty easily. And now that losing streak,
forget it,
has come to an end. And how about this? When I talked to Coach this morning, I said, what was it like at school today? Were people into it? And he said, 4 kids came up to me in the hallway today and said, Coach, I want to come out for the team. That's what something like this does. So can you imagine when these kids find out? Because I'm hearing that the Jets are going to name him as the coach of the week.
You have a hunch.
That's what I'm hearing.
An inkling.
Pretty good one.
A premonition.
Like, boom, done.
It's coming to you at night.
Big time.
Really.
Yeah. He's the coach of the week.
He deserves it.
He does.
You know what, though? I like his comments after the game. He gave all the credit to the kids. He said this is a byproduct of their hard work, their will to end this streak. They had a great week of practice, and they didn't stumble into this victory.
No.
Mike. It was a solid football victory. And you know who's the second happiest is Lyndhurst, because now they don't have to hear forever. Yeah, we're the last team to lose to them.
Right. And this guy Darius Maxey, the junior running back, very, very good. 3
That is
touchdowns
really nice
in the game,
of the Jets to do that.
132. Yeah.
That's a really nice gesture by the Jets to do that.
it's
You know
good.
what? He deserves it.
No,
and it's his
absolutely.
alma mater. That's always something sweet.
School's been around since about in the 1960s. They've only made the postseason twice in that time, and it would be nice if this could jumpstart him and get him. So congratulations, Coach! A wonderful, wonderful job. And like he said to me this morning, now we just got to get a win streak started. So we wish him the best of luck. Congratulations, Coach! Great job. Sparta, a year ago, had the state's leading rusher in Lucas Faria.
Lucas
ran for just under 2,500 yards and 39 touchdowns. So, you know, we're saying, okay, Roxbury, we saw Kaz's team in the preseason. We knew they were going to be better.
Yeah.
You could tell that right away. I'm not going to sit here and tell you I thought they were going to beat Sparta to start the season, but they did. And I tell you, sometimes ugliness can be beautiful.
Yeah, they just kept coming.
They did, down 21
My
to
wife
nothing.
tells me that.
What's that?
Sometimes ugliness can be beautiful.
I'll tell you what, you're one of the most beautiful. And they would not be denied. And what is it? Luck of the bounce. They got a couple of great bounces in this game, and they found themselves right back in it.
Right place, right time. Sparta would strike first, though. Anthony Argula to Skylar Francisco. Got a little rain going there, Mike. This is your kind of day. Is that real grass? I believe so.
Real grass up there is in the hills of Sussex County.
So it was 6-0. Sparta sticking to their attack. Lucas Faria. There's Lucas. Mr. November a year ago. 12-0. Sparta went for 2, and they converted. Dean Janot. It's now 14-0. That was the score at the half. It was 21-0. Enter Roxbury. Grant Dixon to Craig Rumis. Rumis got annoyed, Mike. 21-7. Now the defense gets involved. They pick up the fumble off the bad exchange. Tommy Miller is on it. It was Miller time for the defense. Now Roxbury looking to take advantage. Watch Stephen Lorang. Gets behind the secondary. It's a 21-14 games. And then here's Rumis, Mike. What do they say? Concentrate on where the ball is. Good things might happen. Watch this ball. Woo! And he's not done.
Oh, he gets some nice blocks along the way. Hey, you know, Dixon just got it out there. When we watched Dixon in the preseason, we thought he would have a good year. Well, 2 of the, let's just say, not prettiest passes sure look like it now.
Roxbury defense makes another big play. It's Tommy Miller again. Time winding down in regulation. Jack Clevenger set to kick. Look at this, Mike. It's good, but there's a penalty. Gives the Gales another chance. He missed the first one. There was a penalty on Sparta, so he got to kick it again. Second time was the charm for Clevenger. That's crazy.
There were some comebacks this weekend in New Jersey. We'll show you one later, the Hoboken one. That's about as wild as it gets, because now you're coming back, and maybe the weather helped them sometimes, because, you know, that ball, the second one that Rumis, you know, off the deflection, kind of wet. Sparta couldn't get their hands on it. You just never know, but hey, it's a win.
And listen, I mean, you know, Sparta scores the first 21. Roxbury comes back with the next 21. They line up for the field goal. It's no good, but they hit the kicker, so they got a second chance. And good job.
Coach LaRusso's Gales were 4-6 a year ago. They're 1-0 and feeling pretty good thanks to Bigfoot.
Well, in the first one, I was just lucky to get run into. It was wide left. And then on the second one, I just kept focusing on keeping my head down and kicking it right through. It was a good snap from Jake, great hold from Grant, and it went in.
Craig, I mean, those catches were just right place, right time. I mean, just talk to me about those 2 catches.
Yeah, as going through my mind, I was just running my routes, and then I realized the ball was thrown, and my partner there tipped it up, and I was in the right place at the right time. That's all.
Just talk to me about the emotions of this game.
Well, the first quarter was really rough for us. We never gave up. Coming out in the second half, we know it was only 14-0 as many mistakes as we made. We came back, we played hard. We got lucky on a couple of passes. Wide receivers made great catches. Our line held up pretty nicely, and we got the win.
Did you hear John Quinn, the Elizabeth coach, was upset with P.J. Walker? Did you know that?
How could John Quinn be upset with the young man who made more starts for Elizabeth than any quarterback in their history?
Because he graduated.
Oh, man, okay.
Yeah. So last year, he gets out 2 years ago. Last year, after the
rest
state
of that division
championship,
wasn't upset.
No, not at all. The Minutemen start the year 0-4 last year. Then they win 5 of their last 6 games, finish the year 5-5. We're not saying Tyler Gutierrez is P.J. Walker, but John Quinn really likes him. His quarterback played great in the victory against a good Watchung Hills team. This kid Muse, 6'2" sophomore receiver, says he has a chance to be really, really good. Watch out for this Elizabeth. There's something about, even talking to Quinny last night on the phone, he's got that. He's not saying we're going to win the whole thing,
right,
but he likes this team a lot, and he went on and on about Gutierrez. Over 300 yards of total offense in this game and 3 touchdowns. Remember everywhere we went in the preseason, there was a buzz. Coaches were talking to us, hey, watch out for Elizabeth. They're here.
You see that a lot in teams, though, when they have a bad start the year before. They finish very strong. It's a little bit of a tone setter. They bring some guys back. It puts an air of confidence over the whole program.
Here we go. When Elizabeth's good, things are good in high school football in New Jersey. Here's Gutierrez, just kind of pops it out there. This is the sophomore I was talking about, Jamin Muse, 6'2", 50-yard. You can see. Yeah, see, now I see what Quinn's talking about.
These plays at another speed.
Yeah. Watchung Hill, second quarter, they're going to answer. They were down 10-0, but Benny Gomes gets it in there. And then Marquise Leak. Quinn likes this guy a lot, too. Why not? Senior. One of his 2 touchdowns, this one from 66 yards out. The Minutemen up 16-7. And then Gutierrez going to go up top to Davon Williams. Perfect pitch and catch. 51-21. The Minutemen win that game. Wow. Did you hear what happened in the rematch of the North 1 Group 1 championship, Hoboken and Shabazz?
I did.
You did?
Epic finish.
It was. It looked like it was going to be Shabazz's game. And then what happened? We'll tell you what happened when we come back.
35 3/10 seconds remaining. Fremont with the onside kick. Takes a high hop. It's bobbled, and it looks like Hoboken has come up with it.
One, two, three.
Here's a shot and score!
I believe that we will win! I believe that we will win! I believe that we will win!
Second and 15. Mercado airing it deep downfield. Hits his man in stride. A touchdown.
Wait till you hear from this GERMAIN cat. I mean, the end of this game is absolutely wild. Hoboken comes back to win it late. Shabazz is probably upset this cat, Elijah Mercado, transferred from Union City to Hoboken. Because if he didn't, Shabazz probably would have won the game.
Listen, you play who's in front of you. Come on.
You want to do the highlights?
Let's do it.
All right, let's go. Shabazz,
Red Wing style.
The Bulldogs out of Newark coming into Hoboken. Look at this. Here's Fogel rolling out. Puts it up there. Roy Pugh. Nothing stinky about that. What a catch.
Oh, he's got to be hoopster, man. That was a jump ball.
7-0. We'll have to ask Vanessa Watson. In the second quarter, there's Mercado, the 1-yard keeper. Point after no good. Shabazz still leads 7-6. Fourth quarter, 1:45 left. Tariq Haskins goes in from 31 yards out. It's over. 14-6. Not so fast. Mercado Look at that rip over the middle to WILDEN GERMAIN, the sophomore, 14-12. They go for 2. Wow. Ball game. Forget it. It's over.
Baby. Mike, what's the one thing you want to see on an onside kick?
Crazy bounce
The
and
ball.
a deflection. There you go. And they get it. 35 seconds left. Hoboken gets the ball back. And now with 14 seconds left, we showed you coming back. GERMAIN from MERCADO. Wow. 32-yard touchdown. The 2-time defending champs open the season unbeaten. Be interesting to see if they're in our small school top 15 poll tomorrow.
That's what makes sports great and miserable all at the same time. I mean, for Shabazz, you go from the euphoria of stopping that 2-point conversion. Yeah. What a play by that D tackle. He great. Found a little gap, jumped in it, huge stop, celebration. You're over there. You're probably not on kickoff return team. Next thing you know, you got to go back out there. Right. You got to go back out there because they just got an onside kick. Tough, but what a win for Hoboken.
Hey, this GERMAIN dude, he's pretty confident for a youngster.
Champs.
My teammates kept pushing me on the sideline. Wilden, when you get in, do your thing. My coaches kept pulling me on the sideline, do your thing. I expected it already. I just had to show up. I had to be prime time.
All I can say is my teammates fought, and we knew we could do what we had to do. And the heart we put into the game, we saw the result at the end, and it paid off.
Do you think you guys have what it takes to win 3rd straight state title?
Absolutely. This team is more than capable of winning a 3rd straight.
It's amazing. You know, GERMAIN said, as I do my hair before I come out here, same thing, I look in the mirror in that bathroom, I got to be prime time. I got to be prime time.
Hey, I'll tell you this, buddy. You look terrific.
I liked him.
Louis Taglieri has done a wonderful. Listen, Hoboken is not what they were.
No, you're right.
As far as playing in Group 3 and Group 4. He has done a wonderful job in a community where the enrollment of the school continues to drop.
Listen, we keep seeing him win games, and we keep seeing him in the postseason, and we keep seeing him victorious. Yeah. So it's like, you got to give Lou a lot of credit that, he has sort of restored the roar of that Hoboken program.
Demarest and Wayne Hills, they don't play a lot, but the last 4 times Demarest and Wayne Hills played, the Patriots beat them. The last time Demarest won, 10 years ago, back in 2004.
And if you read some of the articles and some of the newspaper, the kids were inspired. They had a blast of inspiration come their way upon turning on MSGVarsity.com and seeing Mike Quick firmly put his face on the Patriots.
Well, I may have put my face on the Patriots, but the face of this program goes to my guy, Alex Wasserman. We watched him in the preseason. We love the little big man. He is a dude.
There is a place for Wasserman in college football. Number 3, just electric. Some of the greatest feet. He could play for any program in New Jersey, correct?
No doubt. He would be a starter on Don Bosco. I'm not kidding when I say that.
No joke. 7-0 Demarest. Wayne Hills responds. Luca Gray for the Patriots. They get an unsportsmanlike penalty on Hills that would push them back for the extra point, and they missed it. So it was 7-6. Pete Palzewski scrambling to his right, intercepted by Matty Lee. Huge play by the Demarest defense.
Lee's a player.
Time winding down. And here he comes, Wasserman, moving the chains, keeping it rolling. It's a 1st down, same drive. Now on 4th down, you don't want to give Wayne Hills back the ball, you give it to number 3, Wasserman. He goes out of bounds at the 1. From there, the ultimate victory celebration, Mike. They didn't punch it into the end zone. They took a knee on the 1-yard line, and they had themselves a 7-6 victory. Demarest.
It's great sportsmanship by Matola. Taking the knee, to me, it's always the greatest form of we gotcha. It's not punching that next one in. It's we don't need to score again. We just beat you.
And Wasserman is Baryshnikov. He has unbelievable feet. He has vertical and diagonal moves. He has unbelievable athleticism on defense. The only thing that'll hold him back is his height. It's a sad world we live in when it comes to college football, but he is worth the price of admission. And I will guarantee this: they went 4-6 last year. They're not going 4-6 this year.
Yeah, because Wasserman and my man Matty Lee won't allow it.
7-6 at the dogfight. We're in the trenches. We only got 24 kids on varsity, and barely anyone's getting a sub. we're just digging deep out there.
We knew that we had it. We just needed to finish. We've been preaching on finishing the whole entire season, finishing games, starting out strong, and making sure that we get the job done in the end.
What does that mean for you guys? Start the season off and get a win against a team like Wayne Hills.
It's just one win, but Wayne Hills, under Olsen, they had 10 state champ. They went to 10 state championships, and we just beat them. That's a big program. We got some good games coming up, and we should be able to get off to a good start this season.
We wanted to put ourselves on the map, and we just did. I mean, we just beat a very, very good football team. I mean, they've won a various amount of state champions, and they got a lot of good football players on their team, and they're destined for greatness this year. But we took it to them.
Yeah, these guys grew up together playing Pop Warner football, and when you live in the world of Demorest football, Wayne Hills is a big victory.
Yeah.
And there's no question about that. And in the championship glow and the celebration of beating Wayne Hills, they wanted to just maybe reach out and remind you that sometimes you might get one wrong, eh?
Well, we started getting tweets during the game we were working on Long Island Friday night. Here's some of them. Who came after me big time?
Going to be a long flight back to Florida for St. Thomas. That's Backer. Hey, this is from Reed Wallach. Went off, which isn't surprising. Hopefully you learned your lesson. The Wah 26. Talking about the Wasserman.
Why'd he change his number to 3?
I don't know.
He's got to change his Twitter handle. All right, so now it's bad enough that Reed is lighting me up. But then after the game, I mean, what is Greg? I thought Greg Butler and I were tight.
You guys have a nice relationship. Everything was going fine. A lot of compliments through the years, and Greg Butler does this.
Hey, Mike, it's Greg Butler. I saw your pregame of the Wayne Hills Demorest. You were right about Wasserman. He's big time, but you're 0 for 1 on your picks. Demorest over Wayne Hills.
He looks good with that mic. Maybe
he does.
Maybe a little sideline reporter for our game of the week.
Hey, Jim, talked to Colicchio last night. I asked him what was up with Mohammed Wilkerson, and then I really wanted to talk to him about Juwan Dolbrice, his basketball player.
Yeah.
I did not realize that Dolbrice has been a 4-year starter in basketball and football. This Linden team, I'll tell you, nice win. They beat Immaculata last year. Immaculata looking for revenge. Nothing of it. Maslin Pierre with the interception, and that sets up Dolbrice. Had a couple of touchdowns in this game, ran for 109 yards. Look at number 2, 32-yard gain, gets it down deep. Dolbrice, maybe he was looking to pass. The Tigers don't throw it much. 5-yard touchdown. They beat Immaculata, this time 19-6. So there you go. Big game. A week ago, Steve Antonucci, the great Middletown South coach, won his 150th career game. 151 would be much more difficult. Here we go. Let's round it up. Let's go down to the shore. South Brunswick against Middletown South. I still don't like the field turf at South. I like the mud and the dirt of the old swamp. That gave them a 7-0 lead. Tied at 7, 34 seconds left in the half. Syracuse recruit Dante Strickland picks up the fumble, brings it back for the touchdown. South Brunswick had the lead. Third quarter, the Vikes up 3 now. Give it to Strickland. 13 carries, $139, 2 touchdowns. They go on to win it. Go 1-0 in the season, 36-24.
How about East Brunswick at Piscataway? Piscataway with no Elijah Barnwell, but he'll be back. In his place, Elijah Pearson was making plays. 59-yard touchdown. The Chiefs were up 7-0. And then Zaire Ashley with an 8-yard touchdown, 14-0 Piscataway. They'd roll to a 48 spot on East Brunswick.
Sayreville, Miles Hartsfield, what a player. Penn State getting the best player, I think, maybe in New Jersey. 257 yards on the ground, 4 touchdowns. Sayreville rolls the Bombers 42-7.
Hey, remember Ridge was undefeated last year at 13-0, taking on North Hunterdon? First quarter, Red Devils quarterback Duncan Roberts fakes, hits William Vogt, 19-yard, Ridge up 7-0. Next possession, Jordan Ditzel runs straight through the Ridge defense. It's tied at 7. And then under 4 minutes to go in the first quarter, North Hunterdon's Ryan McDonald to Luke Fogel. North Hunterdon wins it 38-14.
How you doing? Last week, New Jersey had 14 in the top 25. They're going to have one more than that. And in our first small school, they're going to have 8. Thursday, we pick games around the tri-state. Jersey, you will be mentioned.
Well, listen, if you listen to Bob Valley, the longtime Cresco coach, or Nick Del Calzo of Hasbrook Heights, their sentiment on Garamioli was perfect. Park Ridge football's Group 1 football, Mike. It's not about titles, which they did win in 95, transfers or scholarships. It's about football, community, and a teacher of the game, and getting the most out of the kids you have. and Gary Mioli left us way too soon. 25 years of excellence.
He would always have those orange sodas after the game. He drank his last one a year ago. Coach will be missed mightily at Park Ridge.